Max?
No.
Yes.
No.
It's time for free money!
For your bookie.
Free money!
For your bookie.
Free money. We had a great week last week. My college football picks against the spread.
Still not over 500 over the season.
5-3 on the year last week, or 5-3 last week.
Over
Fantastic.
500
30
for the season.
on the season, but
Yeah.
that doesn't seem important.
I
Exciting.
think it does, personally.
So fantastic stuff. All right, Max, we've got 9 games to blow through.
I
Woo!
don't know.
Let's
You're
do
gonna get most of them wrong
Let's
anyway.
do it quick. Let's go.
Houston Baptist. They're on the road in El Paso, taking on UTEP. There is no line.
7:00 game. I like UTEP in this one because they're playing an FCS team. But I will tell you that there is something rotten in Denmark if UTEP loses this game.
Yeah, it has. I mean, Houston Baptist, young program, hasn't been a great season for them. On top of it, so it's they just beat Lamar, which is a big win for them, but not necessarily the world beater at their
I'm
level.
going to go with UTEP in this one. What's next?
2:30 p.m. Saturday. The Texas State Bobcats are 31.5-point underdogs to Appalachian State. I don't know anything about gambling, but I take that.
You take Texas State plus 31.5. You're saying Texas State's going to lose by less than 31.5 points.
Yes.
Here's the thing that
Yes.
kind of stands
That's
out
a
to me.
huge line.
It's a very huge line. And the other thing is, Appalachian State, let's be clear about something. Appalachian State is better than Texas State. Hard stop, okay? They are.
Oh, yeah, there's
they're
no question
They're going
there.
to win
Yeah.
this game. They're going to win this game. But here's the thing, is that to cover 31.5, they would have to shut out Texas State. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that
Shut 'em
Appalachian
out.
State's outstanding defense
Yep.
shuts out Texas State. That means they'd have to score 32 points. Do you know how many times they've scored 32 points this year?
Probably not that many, right?
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. This is not a high-powered offense. They're only averaging 26 points a game. I'm going to take Texas State plus 36 or 31.5. I really like the ability to Texas State to just score, and that's the thing. Appalachian State just isn't built for big points. That's
Right.
my big thing.
Right.
Here. So what's next?
The Futility Bowl in Houston. Florida Atlantic taking on Rice. Rice, a 4-point favorite.
Rice is a favorite.
They've already won.
Rice is a 4-point favorite. Can you believe that?
They've already won.
Rice is a 4-point favorite. Florida Atlantic stinks. They're a trash horse football team. This team was really, really bad. But Texas State is also really bad. My question is, can Texas State slow down the one guy on Florida Atlantic that could hurt them, and that's the running back, Gregory Howell? I think they can. I believe in the Owls. I'm going to take Rice at home -4, and I feel so dirty saying that, but I'm taking
I believe in the Owls, too. I'm not sure which Owls, but I believe in the Owls.
What's next?
The Roadrunners on the road, Middle Tennessee and Murfreesboro, as we discovered earlier this week. Middle Tennessee, 20-point favorite.
Middle Tennessee's a pretty decent team. They
Solid
outscore
football team.
and they outscore people with a high-powered offense, and that's what scares me. Is that UTSA seems to be stuck in this regulation rut. Don't hold me to the 5 overtime game.
Yeah.
But a regulation rut of scoring about 24, 28 points.
Yeah.
Let's say they do that. Let's say they go on the road and they score 28 points.
Yeah.
Can they hold Middle Tennessee under 50? I'm not sure they can.
And you got to expect that they're going to need to get a bunch of turnovers, too, like they
Exactly.
did against North Texas.
I'm going to take Middle Tennessee in this
Okay.
one. What's next?
All right. Speaking of North Texas, they're taking on Louisiana Tech at home, 20-point underdogs.
I'm really intrigued by this. Okay,
Really? Interesting.
I'll tell you, I am really intrigued by this because this could totally be the kind of game that North Texas loses 38-20, and that's why it's got me interested.
I see what you're saying.
I think that at home they're a better team. Think about what they did to Marshall.
Right.
I mean, they're significant. They're worse than Marshall, but they beat Marshall at home.
No, I see. Yeah, you're building a case.
I think I'm buying North Texas.
Okay.
I think that they're going to cover 20 points. I think that they can. I think they can beat that spread. I'm going to take North Texas plus 20.
All right. 3
What's
p.m.
next?
on the hilltop, Memphis taking on the Ponies. Ponies, only a 2.5-point underdog.
You know what? Ponies are going to win this game.
Ooh,
They're going to win this game.
You're going for it.
I'm going
You're
for
going
it.
for
I
it.
take this straight up. I think the Ponies win this game. I think this team is gelling. Remember how young this team is.
Yeah.
Okay? And especially when they lost their quarterback, they got super duper 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 young.
Yeah.
Now this is what they're going to be their 6th game without Matt Davis.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. I think that they're gelling at the right time. I think SMU wins this game outright. So I'll take 2.5 points.
Okay. All right. Starkville Aggies are 13.5-point favorites
at Mississippi State.
Yes.
They should cover this,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pick them to cover this. But if they don't cover this, there's bad news bears.
I don't know. It seems kind of like their season in general. Like they should win this by that much or more. They'll probably get out of there with a win, and that's kind of what they've been doing all year.
I agree.
You know?
I'm going to take A&M minus 13.5. I think
All
they
right.
win something like 31-17.
All right. Time for the games of great intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
Out in Lubbock, Longhorns are 3.5-point favorites against the Red Raiders.
We had Rick Renner in here earlier, and he agonized. He goes back and forth, and there's reasons to like both these teams in this game. For Tech, they're at home, and they are a lot better at home than they are on the road, and they have a high-powered offense going up against a defense that has given up 500 yards in all but 2 of their games this year.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that. On the other side, you have Texas, who, with Dante Foreman, who is running like a man with his hair on fire right now, against a team that cannot stop the run.
Right.
That's why this game's really intriguing to me. In the end, only because they're a home dog, I'm going to take Tech.
Okay.
I think Tech. I don't know if they win this game, but I think that they are. I think that as a home dog, I would take them to take.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll take Tech plus 3.5.
All right. Okay.
And finally,
TCU heads to Waco, taking on Baylor. Baylor is an 8-point favorite.
so we need to know how Baylor responds to getting knocked down.
Yeah.
Because here's the bottom line of it: Baylor's better than TCU this year. I don't think that's a real hot sports opinion.
I don't think so
I
either.
think Baylor's-
I was actually just thinking this morning how crazy it is that like this was the marquee game like for the state for like the last 3 years, and now it's kind of
Kind of meh. It's just
Yeah.
another game. I want to see what Baylor can do as far as getting up off the map.
Right.
The only thing that stops them from winning this game and winning this game going away is whatever's going on between the ears.
Sure.
I don't think TCU is very good. I think that they're going to probably play Foster Sawyer, although I haven't read any reports. I think they're
Patterson said earlier this week that he thought it would be Kenny again.
okay. I think it's going to be well, if it's Kenny.
But
Then,
he's leaving it up to. I think it sounds like he's leaving it up to his coordinators. So
if Kenny Hill loses this game or plays this game, then I love Baylor even more. But I'm going to take Baylor in this one. I think they get the win. I think they bounce back. So,
all right.
my picks: UTEP over Houston Baptist, Texas State plus 31.5 at Appalachian State, Rice minus 4 at home against Florida Atlantic, Middle Tennessee minus 20 at home against UTSA, North Texas plus 20 at home against Louisiana Tech. I like SMU plus 3.5 at home against Memphis. I like A&M minus 13.5 at Mississippi State. I like Texas Tech plus 3.5 at home against Texas, and I like Baylor minus 8 at home against TCU.